The northern edge of the Sonoran Desert in the South Okanagan Valley is home to some of Canada's finest red grapes, and it's here upon the historic Black Sage Bench a wine story like no other is about to unfold. This morning I'm meeting winery president Ingo Grady and his team to learn more about this formidable project.
Well, as a startup winery, we were very fortunate to have vineyards that were planted in 93 and 96 respectively. Between Suncatcher and Phantom Creek, just below us here, I think we have two of the finest vineyard sites in the Okanagan.
Well, I know Harry McWater's planted a lot of varieties here, but what have you settled on now at Phantom Creek?
Well, Harry's name comes up a lot. He is one of the great pioneers of the Okanagan Valley wine community, and he was the first to plant the Bordeaux varieties. So when we're talking about the Phantom Creek Vineyard, it's just a tiny 7-acre parcel, but over the years it's won numerous Best Red Wine in Canada honors. So again, we're so fortunate being a startup winery, we had to name the winery Phantom Creek after the home vineyard that is so pedigree.
Ross Weiss is Phantom Creek's winemaker, and I spoke to him about the differences between the upper and lower vineyard sites.
Well, on the Black Sage Bench, the soils are all very uniform, so we have the same sand and gravel throughout. But in actual fact, there's two terraces on the Black Sage Bench which have very unique differences. They both face the west, so they get the evening sun, which is great for Bordeaux Reds and Syrah. But that elevation difference, I find that brings much different characters. Here we can be 2 degrees cooler than the Phantom Creek Vineyard, so the Suncatcher wines tend to have more freshness, purity, whereas the Phantom Creek wines have ripeness, richness, weight.
Which explains Merlot and Syrah then, I guess.
Exactly, it works perfectly between the two varieties. Focus on the strengths of each site.
Cactus and sagebrush are native to this environment, but we asked vineyard manager John Piers how one grows grapes under the same conditions.
Our best friend, if you want, and our worst enemy is the heat. We have to protect the grapes against the hottest moment of the day.
They do that by managing the canopy. It's a delicate balance that shields the grapes but allows enough sunlight in to ripen them. They're also moving away from hedging their vineyards, preferring instead to bend the lead shoots down, sending the energy back into the bunches. Precision irrigation is another key viticultural tool. Not only does it conserve water, but it results in smaller berries and pure natural flavors.
When you get the berry size smaller, that means there's less water inside, there's more concentration in the fruit, and of course you'll get richer and more concentrated wines at the end result.
With the help of Olivier Humbrick, Phantom Creek is implementing biodynamic and organic farming practices. It's difficult work, but it promotes a greater biodiversity in the soils and the vineyards. Even more exciting is the world-renowned winemaker has agreed to make some white wine in the Okanagan Valley.
We're so fortunate to be able to work with arguably the finest white wine maker in Alsace, maybe in the world, and that's giving us sort of a Riesling Pinot Gris combination.
Humbrick and the Phantom Creek team share an old world tenet, a healthy respect for sense of place, or making wines that taste of the place they're grown. This is not old world or new world. It's next world Okanagan, where the Rhone and Bordeaux varieties grow side by side.
We like what Syrah does to a classic Bordeaux blend, and that actually then makes it no longer a Bordeaux blend. So let's forget about the B word. It's just a really interesting way of approaching blends and utilizing the best grapes you have in your vineyard. We'll make some great Okanagan reds, so a blend, absolutely, builder on cab, and then single vineyard varietals.
When will we see some wine?
We crushed in 2016. You will see those wines in early 2019 when we're actually ready to open the Phantom Creek Winery.
It seems like it's the time for the Okanagan.
I'm really the luckiest guy in the wine business today. A brand new winery estate, these great assets, historic vineyards, mature. I have an extremely young, talented, and intelligent team. The freedom to be creative. You couldn't ask for more in the wine business.